isn't working for them. And we can see now the Yan Labs base push has been saved on a 50-50 fight. The NS Research Labs is being saved 50-50 fight.
Meanwhile, at Palisade, Connery have pulled a huge Sunderer force, and they're actually getting tied up by that striker team on the hill. They're sending up a huge amount of forces just to deal with them, and they're making a last stand now. One last heavy remaining, and he finally got taken out. But they put so much time, maybe at least half a platoon of NC went up to try and deal with them. I don't know what Connery are planning to do though. They've got a huge Sunderer force, vehicle force waiting to go attack East Canyon maybe, and Galaxy.
You can see them building up, yeah. And that's, I guess, theoretically what's required. As long as the Sunderers have got a mixture of Walker flak, or even better, see where the striker force was. This is a perfect space now for this NC force to have a no-fly zone. And if they can commit a no-fly zone and control the higher terrain, because it looks down also the hill that overlooks the capture point, as I'm showing here on the stream, then it allows you a very dominating position and to try and capture the base back.
Yeah, get some. That seems to have been a problem for Connery, and they can maybe mitigate that by just pulling some anti-air up here and doing the same thing that Emerald just did to them in reverse. Because if they can secure air dominance here,
timing's a bit off. They just dropped a gal onto the point. I don't know why. Now the Sunderers are incoming down the road. Looks like they're losing quite a few walkers. I wonder if they're bringing some extra Walker, Fury, Bulldog. More walkers than I'd like for my favourite, to be honest, if they've got the high ground. If they've got this kind of upper plateau, it should be enough. Oh wow, there's actually mines been going off as well. Some good mines there from the TR.
If you have that position, you have your anti-air up there, where it's got such a better view of the terrain around it, there's nowhere the air can run to, and then have your anti-infantry down on the ground, rather than the other way around, really. It seems like a bit of a waste. Maybe it's just separate platoons doing things, so they have maybe lack of communication.
Well, I mean, they're pushing the point, but have they been counter-hacked? Yeah, they have. That's what I was thinking. They've been counter-pushed at Palisade. Small distractory force.
But the TR going to just backhack them. And it's actually been on for quite a while now.
It's a small number, though. I mean, it's like 30 seconds or something. There's a serious hydro fight going on again. That's another awkward base, because it's kind of deep into Emerald's territory. There's absolutely no safe Sunder locations. The Air Force will absolutely eat it alive, and that's what we see here. They've got some Sunder set up, and they're using the kind of the ammo tower of the base as kind of cover. And I like this kind of blockade cover that they're using, a blockade Sunder covering the deployed Sunder. A repair Sunder would be nice.
It's kind of like a herd of buffalo kind of covering from the...
yeah, but and I mean, they have the point, I suppose, and the SCU becomes vulnerable in 40 seconds. I would honestly make the play for the SCU. You hold the point until the SCU becomes vulnerable, and then you make a big play for the spawn.
You can take this SCU with Sunderers, because you can get vision on the gap between the SCU and the spawn.
Absolutely, yeah. So maybe have a... And the thing is, it does involve a 2-minute countdown. And we can see that so there's a lot of mosquitoes coming in from the impact site. And Walker Sunderers are trying to fend them off. I mean, it's doing a relatively good job. But the problem is there's no repair Sunderer.
They're just playing at long range now, using
just
engaging from very far away, out of the effective range of the anti-air. So it looks horrifying for the NC on the ground.
Now, are they going to make a play? Because we do see there's quite a few of them in the building adjacent to the spawn generator. Are they going to make a play for it? Because now's the time if they were going to make a play for it. It's really the perfect way to do it. And the thing is, Emerald's already aware of it, and they've already got guys defending it. But there's almost a full squad inside this building, and they've been overwhelmed now. They've got maxes, and they've been pushed out. It's probably too late now in terms of time. The East Canyon checkpoint is still going on, 3 minutes now, we'll go over there in a second. Ennis material storage is being hacked with a squad of 1 to 12.
57 seconds left for Connery now.
Oh wow, let's go check
that. And they're sending some of the troops from Ceres Hydroponics now galaxying over there to try and reinforce this attack since theirs failed.
But look at the problem is that the max push and the points been lost.
Like when Emeralds came here, they brought Sunderers and Connery's haven't.
I don't want to beat a dead donkey about this, but you know, it's tactical levels on a base. How do you attack it most efficiently? And you know, case in point, we think Emerald's doing a better job here.
They've actually hacked some out now, though. They've hacked a Sunderer terminal and they're pulling some Fury Sunderers out from it now.
Some maybe extra options, yeah, but it's too late though because they're out not popped.
Harasser squad. There's a halberd Harasser squad from Emerald. You can get out on the hills trying to blow up the Sunderers.
Yep. Okay, so that's that fight going on. Looks like Highland Solar's been saved. Ceres Farm is still ticking down. Paris Field Tower completely unmanned, ticking down to 2 minutes. 2 minutes for free on Paris Field Tower.
This Emerald Harasser squad is awesome.
And look at Ennis Material Storage, also very small numbers, is down to 1 minute to go.
With those, you just kind of want to just send one guy.
Oh wow, Galaxy with the small squad landed on the point. He's using his Bulldog just to kind of suppress the point. And his squad now spawns in on said Galaxy, so the population numbers are rapidly increasing, but the attacking force still has slight number increase. Not using any Sunders or any extra force multipliers, just ghost capping bases. Okay, so now we see redeployment, and where do these numbers come from? Hard to say where the QRF came from in terms of population, but it's been saved though. So it's a single squad just being a nuisance.
Huge Connery numbers. Huge Connery numbers in these kind of checkpoints. They have a lot of vehicles, a lot of.
And you can also see that they're beginning to spawn in at Paris Field Tower now. Which we're going to go check out. So Paris Field Tower isn't actually in the tower of the capture point, it's in the adjacent Tetris building. They got a Sunder on the back side, out of view, a couple of beacons on the roof, and they have the okay, capture point fairly well locked down. This is going to be awkward for them because the distance of the spawn room is actually pretty far here in the center of the tower to get to this point. And oh man, I love smoke. Okay, so light assaults on the roof, that's the quickest way to get there, getting rid of some beacons. Okay, so light assaults onto double doors, into this, these are double doors by the way, to the capture point is the most accessible route. Emerald, they got to defend the point because Connery's on all sides now. Okay, big push in there from Connery, and then they get it. It's probably just, yeah, look at that. There's a full platoon plus being sent to Paris Field Tower. Oh, check the harasser reinforcements going to Ceres Farms though.
Yeah,
for Emerald.
They were driving around Snake Ravine. They've obviously, that must be a harasser squad that's been called to base.
Yeah, that'll be Yukas. You can see that's Yukas. So they're here now at Ceres Farms. I guess they're going to. Oh wow, the Sunder's just been pulled from Ceres Farms. This is not a good day to be that Sunder.
That's what they're doing. They're just harassers. They're just going around picking off Sunders and spawn options, and it's devastating. It's a really good.
Absolutely devastating. So any force multiplier there by Connery has been severely hampered. A large infantry force is becoming at the spawn room here. Connery is pushing to the capture point. Emerald's infantry is all in the capture point, but look at all these harassers. They're more anti-vehicle, I think, than anti-infantry. It's to be seen how effective they can be against the infantry. It doesn't look like they really can do that much. Unless they want to like suicide in and run people over. 25 seconds to go. A lot of maxes now, a lot of infantry. This is got to be a huge number. Yeah, it's over a platoon now being redeployed to Ceres Farms. There's enough time to get to the point, and so it's a save. But it's a huge committal of numbers though. It's I don't know if it's an overcut. In fact, there's now Highland Solar Stations ticking down with half a platoon. So now they need to. The thing is, Paris Field Tower has been almost abandoned, right? So they've got a big attack going at Ennis Research Labs. That's great. If they can get that, then they can safeguard Paris Field Tower again. Ceres Farm needs to be defended for a period of time, and Highland Solar, some of the forces that are at Ceres Farms are going to have to redeploy to Highland Solar to make a save.
And the crown's down to 2 minutes as well, so if Emerald wants to try and take it, redeploy a big force there.
Oh wow, you're not kidding. Yeah, 2 minutes on the crown is a long time. The SU will be vulnerable. So all three capture points were in the hands. A lot of force multipliers, a lot of things on Charlie. On the Bravo point. On the Alpha point, have they got a Sunder up here? They do. They have a deployed Sunder on the Alpha point. So that's also huge.
That's how Miller took the crown. They had that Sunder.
Yeah, they had the Sunder at the A point. So the thing is, they've got multipliers at the B point. That's deployed Sunder. They even have a Prowler.
And C's now flipping to TR as well. There's a lot of there's a lot of TR redeploying on C. With a Sunder up here too, and they're going to capture that.
Yep, I think they have the deployed Sunder under the bridge. Yeah, they do. So there's a deployed Sunder under the bridge at Charlie. Bravo point was being flipped for a brief second. See what's going on here. I mean, this isn't. It's got to be just an infiltrator. Yeah, it's an infiltrator. Sub 2 minutes. Sub minute 45. Now, if you're Connery, what do? Ceres Farms, you're saving the base, but you've got under a squad. Paris Field Tower, you've just left entirely. Highland Solar, you've got 72% population.
I think I think Emerald can make this play because they're not getting pressured anywhere else. A lot of their lanes are safe because they have an offensive cap.
Yeah, so they've got a large force of Briggs Laboratories. This is Emeralds. I mean, and they could fight. Oh, East Canyon checkpoint. Sorry, we totally missed that. Went for Connery, so Connery got that. That's impressive. And on the Crown, looks like the Alpha capture point was mega pushed, and the Spawn Sunder's gone. So the fact is, this 4 minutes and 30 seconds now is actually a very long time. The Alpha point is actually not defended.
They have to take A.
They could like get a just like a kind of a mosquito drop or a couple of infantry just dropping on the point. But now Connery is playing. They've got a bit more time. They've got 4 minutes. They've got population here. They're probably about 50-50, 57%. No, they're actually underpopped at 42. So, but 1 point is enough, and now they're trying to push the Bravo point. And the problem here for the Emerald guys is there are two attacking forces at Bravo and Charlie are kind of split. You can't obviously fight everyone in one place. Thing is, you've got the tower, right? You're Connery. You own the tower. You own the vehicle terminals. Actually, we see a fresh Sunder coming up for Emerald on the point. Why aren't you pulling your own Sunders or Lightnings and then pushing them off Bravo? You can pull a Vanguard if you want to. Pull a Max or pull a Vanguard. A Vanguard's got a lot of AP potential to get rid of these Sunders.
Of course. Pull an AP Vanguard with Enforcer, because it's these TR Sunders on B point, which is just open to tanks.
Okay,
C point is open to tanks.
But they've used population and they've overwhelmed the Bravo point. Now the fact is, a deployed Sunder is going for A, and it looks like they're still alive. No, okay, so the Sunder was chased and it was killed off. So the cap, they got a beacon. And the A point might be under threat for a short period of time, but yeah. So the Crown, for all intents and purposes, is quote marks probably safe for now. Innocent Search Lab's cap has been saved by Emerald. Ceres Farm has been saved, although there's now a squad of Emerald there, so that might go back the way. Highland Solar is completely deserted again. So all these populations are going all over the place. Now East Canyon checkpoint is interesting because if they can get Briggs Laboratories, it does actually open up another lane options for Connery if they want to attack.
Connery are attacking Snake Ravine with a big force again, and they're taking their Thunderers. But they're getting denied by this Harasser squad.
Second beacon set up at Alpha Point, so they've got it's still sub 320 because they've got the Charlie point. It's going to be easier for Connery to make the save because they've got the B point. They can get to the A obviously much faster. Now they're beginning to flip the Charlie point. So I mean, it's the timer's low. They're going to have to take a long time to save the Crown fully, but you can see they're also pushing Snake Ravine again with 58%.
Yeah, they brought a lot of Sunders here, but they kind of got slowed down by the Harassers.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're being outpopped now by Ceres. They've got a slight overpop at Indar Bay Point that can move over, but they need to go to Ceres Farm again and make a save there. And it's still 3 minutes 10 seconds for the Crown. Oh, you're right. The second Sunder is set up now at A. It's going to be deployed. The Bravo point. If somehow, like, see this infiltrator dude, right? Is he gonna go for B? You gonna come over to B, Jude? Come over. B wants you. Come over here. I want you. No, he doesn't want B. His mate over here is going to get B instead. All right, so B point. Oh man, B point's been flipped as they're losing A point. It's Connery can't lock down 2 points for any length of time. Emerald is definitely applying pressure for the Crown. They want the Crown. And there's a lot of fires going on because if you're if you're Connery, you need to save Highland Solar, which you've done. Then you need to save Solar, Ceres Farms, and you've not got a lot of pop there. You've got you're attacking Snake Ravine, so you've got to make a save there. You've got to definitely defend the Crown. Look at that overpop now, 62%. Emerald smells blood in the water for the Crown, and they're really pushing hard for it. There's a small fight going on at Briggs. I think Connery's got to make a play for the Crown and say, no, you can't have it, and just stamp out all this opposition. But they're basically buying time. They're getting Snake Ravine almost in exchange for the Crown now. Now,
that's not really worth trade, is it though?
No. So if they can get Snake Ravine, which is a big if here, because we see there's not really that many force multipliers in favor of Connery, and there's a big redeployment coming in now in terms of maxes for Emerald. Emerald's going to push the point really hard, and they've even got Air Force pounding away and harassers on the outside getting rid of the spawns. There's 60 seconds to go.
C point's now flipping on the Crown. Somehow, I think Connery got some forces on there and they've managed to resecure it. So I think maybe they're making a play. Maybe they're making a play to try and take Snake Ravine and then come back afterwards and just end the fight at the Crown.
Right, so but Emerald is playing hardball now at Snake Ravine outpost, and
what was happening at Snake Ravine was Connery did try to bring in those Sunderers, but that Harasser squad just came out of nowhere and destroyed 9 Sunderers easily. And
wow, there you go. It's definitely worth their weight in gold there. So and unmolested, they're able to push the point with a big max push. 50% population, but the max numbers and all the air force and just the multipliers that are just pounding your infantry away. yeah, they're able to get the point back. So Emerald makes a save at Snake Ravine.
Maybe they can go to the crown now. Maybe they can go to the crown with those forces and actually capture
Oh
it.
yeah, they're 62%. Connery is still... What's Connery doing? Connery's attacking Sandstone Gulch, which isn't necessarily the best play of population. They're saved Ceres Farms and Highland Solar. They're getting NS Research Labs almost uncontested. The entire attacking force of Snake Ravine Lookout needs to go to the crown, in my opinion. It's good that they're applying pressure at Briggs Labs and Sandstone, but only if the crown is saved.
A big rescuing force from Connery coming into the crown now and just going straight for A point.
The deployed Sunder behind the A. We can also see some Maxes in place. 60 seconds. It's so close.
Look, they brought Sunders across from TI Allies across the stone bridge. You have 2 Sunders there now.
Oh yeah. And the B point's safe. The A point, yeah, the landing on the roof when they're dropping down.
If I was Emerald, I'd just go to C point now. I'd just, send everything.
I would have tried to send people to C point even if I didn't have it, So they're basically spawning in pretty hard. Sunder outside is going to get nuked. Yeah, so the first one goes. The deployed one is being desperately repaired by Emerald. Thing is, again, if we're talking resources here, that's a lot of C4 used by infantry to kill off just a 200 nanite Sunder. In terms of the Charlie point, what's defending it?
Okay, Sunder takes like 74. It's pretty crazy the amount it takes to kill it.
It's actually only a small force of infantry for Connery is defending the Charlie point. They're doing a good job in this infantry fight on the bridge, and the Bravo point is still in the hands of Emerald. They've got the Alpha point back. The reason Bravo's probably still... Okay, they're losing it now is the couple of Sunders. So, in terms of population numbers, yeah, they've got 58% at the crown. They're both platoon plus sizes now. So the base is now being saved. It was pretty close. And it looks like the cap that was going at Briggs Laboratories at 50-50 is now being saved by Emerald. Might go check that in a sec. Sandstone Mining Gulch, 60 seconds to go, but it's 50-50, and I guarantee you they'll be at the flaming point again. At the cap building and not outside, so we'll go check that out.
If that was rolled on the crown now, I'd probably sneak a sword straight into the SCU right now.
Yeah, so 60 seconds to go, and Emerald is literally on the point. They're outside with Maxes. They're just fighting their way up. I don't see how you can hold this for 50 seconds with a Max on the point. So that's another save there by Emerald. Connery has pushing back on Ayani Labs again. Looks like the push on NS Research Labs has been pushed off. It looks like the entire defensive force that was at Snake Ravine Lookout went to NS Research Labs. The crown, oh my god, how did I not see that? 50 seconds to go, they're back again.
What happened? I flew off to
Did the Emerald forces leave? Look at the populations. Maybe they got redeployed, back on top of. The Bravo point we knew that was in the hands because of Sunders and vehicles. It looks like the attacking infantry force that was at Charlie was able to get it, and then in the meantime, they got more Sunders again, more force multipliers on A. It looks like... they're bringing Sunders up, either from the bridge or from the rear, right, from the back end. Mine that entrance, or get your own Sunders set up. Use your own vehicles as multipliers, Connery. Now, the A point...
They brought Sunder to C, so I think I'm just going to sit on C and B. And
and they can't flip the Charlie point. Oh man, I think the crown's actually... this is pretty bad. Connery needs to send everything now that they've got the crown. And you can see the air forces here from Emerald.
Connery had to commit so heavily to A point to re-secure it, and now they're going to have to run a long way to B, and the Sunders...
And they need to get rid of the Sunder that's A before they realistically... Alright, so they got the Sunder that's A. The thing is, they need to hold on to A. They've only got 40 seconds. You can see that the air forces from both teams are here. This is important. Connery's air force is more of a keeping Emeralds off attacking their guys on the ground. There's a lot of the air force. I don't see anyone realistically attacking the ground.
Connery squad got a beacon above B. They might be able to make the hero save here.
Oh, it's flipping. It's the timer stalled. I don't know if it's enough though. There's more Emerald infantry. Sunder coming in from the back. The reinforcements from A are going onto the B point. Looks like B point's going to be where it's at. Everyone's dropping on, right? The fight's at B. Oh.
It's just chaos in the point. It's smoke. I don't even know who this is going to go to. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so the point is now in the hands of Connery. But the twin Sunder... Okay, there's one Sunder goes down. There's another Sunder now for Connery, so it's a bit of a kind of a Sunderer off. But it is still super close. Emerald can come back with even more population and dunk on Alpha again. In fact, there's a Valkyrie over Alpha that I've just noticed.
Oh, that's amazing play.
And they're flipping Alpha now. So it's still super, super close. 3 guys on Alpha with a Valkyrie. They're going to flip the point now. So we're back to 25 seconds.
Valkyrie's coming in to get people there quickly. And the Connery Galaxy is trying to deny the drop. And he's dropping his own people in now to get the point back.
It's a couple of them.
This is so close.
The A point is going back and forth. They've got the B point. What's going on at the C point?
They've still got A, but they've still got A. Even with the Connery, how?
Okay, so now the Connery guys are there. The Emerald guys have gone back up to the roof, trying to defend the beacon, perhaps.
Another
the beacon's down. It's so close. You know, at a certain point, look, Emerald's given up on it. They've reduced the numbers. They're down to 33%. Look at this. Briggs Laboratories is going with 50 seconds. Maybe they're playing the defensive play first.
Perhaps there's some Sunders coming in from TROs, but I think that's just a lone squad because they don't seem to be reinforced by anything else.
So 40 seconds to go on Briggs Laboratories. Another exposed. They actually got a harassing multiplier. They're bringing up another Sunder for spawn options because I think maybe they lost their previous one. In fact, they've just it's deployed and they're bringing in reinforcements.
Squad maybe here because this is going to be. It must be really strong here because the Sunder is usually also.
They got some. They've actually got a Reaver being a nuisance, and they're still holding on to the point with 30 seconds to go. They got a lot of infantry in the point. Both teams have got infantry in the point. It's hard to. I still think Emerald can pull it off with the save here.
Emerald managed to get a squad beacon up as well, so they can bring extra people on top of that roof and take out the vehicles.
Oh, but the point's back in hands of Connery. This is amazing. That one Max is doing a lot of work with the smoke. And that infiltrator's like, point's mine, my point. Yeah, okay, so they're finally able to overwhelm, and it's really just the fact that the spawn option for Connery is just too far away.
So many NC around, but the holding buildings are not condensing on the point.
Oh, but they're pulling back on. Res grenade on the point for Connery, but Emerald is taking the point back. And if you look at the minimap, there's a lot of NC that's moving around here. They're back on the point again. 20 seconds to go. What's the population?
They just need to run.
Oh, Connery's dunked. Connery's sent population here. They're up to 62%.
Yeah, they've come from the crown. The crown's dropping, and now they're coming back in here. 3 seconds, they have the space.
So that's impressive by Connery. That's well done. They've managed to get themselves another base now into Emerald's kind of territory. Snake Ravine is also ticking down at 125. Ennis Research Labs is being saved.
Can those guys from Briggs just get to Snake Ravine and
yeah, so the Snake Ravine fight going on, and there's also a fight going at Ceres Farms. So Ceres Farms is realistically the only offensive cap going on now by Emerald. And Connery, they might get Snake Ravine again. Oh man, it's so hard for the Snake Ravine. Look at the amount of infantry that's pushing onto the point, and with 60 seconds to go, it's just like it was last time.
That harasser squad is here again, just making sure they can't get those force multipliers onto the point.
Any base where you can capture it when it's exposed, where the capture point is exposed in the open, is, given how the nature of the air works, or the ability to put Sunders on and just pound away, is an impressive cap, in my opinion. If you have a capture point inside a building, case in point, Sandstone Gulch Mining, then yeah, it's much easier to defend, but you can't fall into the trap of send everyone in the building and don't go outside.
Emerald have prepared themselves as Sunder over at the Crown on the Tigaolos rock bridge. Maybe they're looking to make an attack here now. You know, Connery didn't completely resecure it, so if they get back on the points, it's going to be.
That's true. The Crown has still got a long time to go in terms of save, and Emerald's back again. They've made the save in Snake Ravine Lookout. Ceres Farms still needs to be saved. It's still ticking down in favour of Connery, even though population's come in now by Connery. But it's a bit of a bloody murder because they're running from the spawn room. It's hold the top roof double building in Ceres Farms. Watching how the population goes. So 60 seconds to go. The population for Connery is growing. They're at 63%. There's no air force. There's nothing pounding. This would be great for Connery or Emerald's air to clear either the roof of the double building or to kill off any of the Connery as they're approaching. Just a little shotgun ATV. Wow, he's actually getting a lot of kills.
Maybe it's worth. It's not many resources. It's tea or something, isn't it? It's really cheap.
A lot of smoke going off. It's 34 seconds. Okay, now they've got a deployed Sunder outside on the double building, and they're beginning to push in the ground floor. They've got one Scat Max, two Scat Max pushing up.
A huge Emerald Force of Galaxies have come in a sort of A point. Pop is rising massively in Emerald's favour. They have Sunderers they've hacked the vehicle terminal inside the Crown Tower, and they've pulled their own Sunderers from the Crown itself, making the use of the vehicle terminal that Connery didn't really use before to attack the Crown.
So big, 60 to 40% overpop by
and they have those SU
Series Farms made a save. Island Solar sticking down, and as you said, Crown, how many points have they got at the moment?
They've got 3 points because they're just flipping A now, a huge Galaxy Force, and they have the SU, and they have the Light Assault just sitting at the windows, and he's just holding it down. You can get the SU, it's 20 seconds.
on all call, 30 minutes left.
Oh, that's right. You've got to stay at the Crown and make sure the SU is saved first. If this dies, it's game over.
So many NC are going towards it, and wasting the time.
Oh, Heavy Assault's going to make the save. Stabilized. Okay, so that's huge. That is absolutely massive. If that SU went down, in fact, to be honest, right, I would have not have sent all the infantry for B, C, A. If I was Emerald, in hindsight, send everyone for the SU. Absolutely camp that SCU point because it was vulnerable, and when it's dead, they can't do anything.
A common tower attack strategy used to be to get you guys on the middle deck, there where the SCU actually is in this base, and just hold the enemy inside from there.
They still have 3 capture points though, so even though the SCU is saved, to be honest, maybe Connery did Emerald a favour by repairing their SCU.
That's what I said. Maybe they're just flipping it just to distract the Connery forces.
But it's anything to buy time, isn't it? 60 seconds to go, and here we go. Maybe I will marry the SCU, and I'll call it Charlene, and we'll have a lovely time together. Should really read Twitch chat. Yeah, sub 40 seconds to go, all 3 points, all Sunderers, heavily maxed. I don't see how Connery can make a save here with 35 seconds to go.
I think the crown,
yeah.
The crown jewel of Indar is going to Emerald.
It's not enough. It's just not enough people. What's the population? It's still 43%. They're giving up on it. They're also going to lose Highland Solar Station. And Ceres Farms, yeah.
From looking very strong in momentum shift there, they have. This is kind of a disastrous.
So Charlie's flipping. Can they get anything else?
I mean, they don't have many people on Bravo, but they have all they have is.
Yeah, they got plenty of people on Bravo defending it. Oh god, the guy who's on Charlie's actually getting pounded with air, so that's not going to last long either.
This is crown to Emerald for sure. I don't see how Connery can defend this.
The A point's flipping now. The C point's going to go. There you go, and that's
but they're
it.
going to get C, and it's just 2 points is enough at this point.
Goku takes the crown. GG.
It looks kind of dramatic with the Japanese flag on the crown. The rising sun.
Yeah, the delay options were crashing a lot today, and I had to turn off the no delay if you're reading the chat. So there was that or no stream. Well, Snake Ravine was taken down, has been saved now again by Emerald. NS Research Labs is being attacked by Connery, so go there next. Highland Solar Station, importantly, was captured by Emerald, so they're pushing their lead, not only by the Crown, but in the far west, they've got another base. And I can't see how Connery's going to get the Crown back, just because Emerald got it by just being overwhelming number of vehicles and support.
They just had to, it was a war of attrition. They just kept fighting there for 30 minutes straight, just getting seconds on the cap timer each time. And it just built up over time, and eventually they took it when Connery was just overcommitted. So 50 seconds to go, and Emerald is now spawning in a lot of people on the minimap trying to push on the capture point.